Hey world, it's Travis Ruskus. It has been almost 6 months since my last video, but it's been a crazy year, and what I thought I'd do is actually show you with this year's calendar. Got a planner, the last 12 months, and I'm just gonna go through pretty quickly these last 12 editions that I've done and give you the thoughts behind them, because I know that you look at them and they're like, wow, that's super amazing and he's cool, or he totally sucks. But I'm just a person, and I just want to kind of walk you through my journey of the last year. And really, it's not about, when you look at these, thinking of the past so much as what each edition represents in every moment. So just real quickly, the planner and the calendar have the same 12 images in them. The only difference is that in the planner, they have these little boxes where you can write in every day. I really like to kind of check in every day. I'll do like a cool scribble of how I'm feeling, or just a little cool thought or an insight I unlock. That's what I like to do. So I'm going to be taking this with me through 2021, and this first calendar I'm giving to Mom. She loves these calendars, so if you want either the calendar or the planner, there's a link in the description if you want to get one. So starting it off, you got this handsome guy, and this is prosperity. I'll get into it in a little bit about what that's about, but I just really love this moment. It was almost eternal making this that day. This was right next to the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, so it's a very prosperous area. Getting started here, we have foundation, and with this one, I really wanted to create a stronger foundation for my art. I wanted to be the artist that I always wanted to be. It's instead of like looking for greatness, you just become greatness. So with this, I was really obsessed with this bottom rock here, and just creating a solid foundation. I know a lot of students that I have in my workshops, they're really obsessed about the top rock. But when you can create a very strong foundation, it's easy to make a nice top rock. And with this one, once I got it locked down, I was able to do some cool spacing and just have some fun. And I really love this one. It was a great start to the year. And excuse me if I'm shivering. It's like 35 degrees here in Boulder, Colorado. And it's kind of fun because I was born about 2 miles down the road, so I'm in my natural habitat, but it is a little cold. So I'm gonna make this a little brief. Moving on, this is Illuminate. And if you can see, the sun is actually setting on this bottom rock here. There's a little bit of spacing. And with this one, it was starting to be around when the world was getting swallowed by the coronavirus, and there's a lot of darkness in everyone's minds. And in San Francisco, the city started to shift, where you started to fear the person next to you. And yeah, with this darkness though, I started to see where the light was. Like in this darkness, you need the darkness to see the light. So that's really what this represents. And this one's called Illuminate. Moving on. This one, it made the cover for a reason, but it's just the idea of prosperity and surrounding yourself with the abundance that connects us all. And with this one, I felt so prosperous, but it was also during this time that I have a book, called The Rock Balancer's Guide, and I was really taking that and making it an online course. And why the course is different than the book is just I'm there like this, just walking with you. And if you're interested in the course or the book, links are in the description. But this time in my life just represents me opening up to the prosperity that I already have. Moving on, and side note, this, like I said, was in San Francisco. The Golden Gate Bridge was like right over here, so there was some good energy that day. Moving on, this one is called Justice, and it really has to do with the police killings in America, the protests that were happening, the lack of proper government response to look at how they're treating their citizens. And I look at this, honestly, this top rock represents George Floyd and how he is a symbol of everyone else around him. And this top rock is also you, and how you are a symbol of everyone around you, and how you act and treat others in every moment is the true justice. So if you're screaming at someone who didn't vote for the same person as you, it's just, you need to treat your neighbors with kindness. If we all did that, there wouldn't be terrible things. So I could keep going into that, but let's just move on. And with this, when you look at it, just think about justice. Okay, this one, these are an evolution, so I'm not switching them up. It's more of as they happen throughout the year, this is how you see them. So after all that justice, or lack thereof, I made this one, and you can see the Golden Gate Bridge right there, and this one's called Glory. And this is really just about that pursuit of freedom that each of us has. And this was really cool because, each of us has a different pursuit of freedom. And I really like this one because when I was making it, normally I can feel the physics and I'm pretty grounded in this, but when I stepped back, I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, how did I do that sort of thing? So, Glory. Moving on, this is definitely one of my favorites. It's up there. This one's called Harmony. And I just see a bunch of people here and how we're working all harmoniously together. And the idea behind this one is that joy comes when we live as one and we're connected. And I could just keep going on that, but really with this one, I felt so harmonious making this and really connected to the earth and the world, and God, what a great moment. So when you look at this, I hope you feel harmony. Moving on, this one is called Journey. There's a nice arch, and then I have little arches on top of that, and it really actually ended up looking like an infinity sign. And this one's called Journey, just representing this forever journey that we're all on. And I really saw this time in my life as finding peace in the path and not just the destination. You gotta obviously go to a destination that you wanna be at, but it's finding a journey that you're happy with, even if you don't get there. So, hope you enjoy that. Now this one, this one was really tough for me because this is when I made the decision to actually move away from San Francisco. I love the city so much. I've been there for 5 years, six plus. And of all the balances I've done, so many amazing moments, so many sunsets, and I just have to continue to evolve. And with this one, the idea is to explore and really stretching into the unknown. And with this one, you just have a nice single balance, honoring it, great counterbalance, nothing too fancy here. And then here you're just starting to really explore like what could be. So this one was really bittersweet to make, but it had to be done. And I'm sure I'll be back in San Francisco to make some more balances, but I have to explore now. This one, I had made the move to San Diego in the second half of the year, and this one's called Home. And it really, I went through a little breakup, not a little breakup, but like a breakup that had shook me so hard that I felt like I lost my home. And through that process, it was so great for me because the home is inside you, and it's also kind of surrounding yourself with love, just doing things and being with people that make you feel like you're home. So with this one, it's really cool because you have a single stone that really grows into two, and with the two, you can do so much more. So together, we can make some really cool stuff. Moving on though, this one is called Manifestation, and I was starting to really get into manifestation the second half of the year, And I was like, I'm gonna manifest this great sunset. And I wanted to build a ladder, just climbing into heaven. And I felt like it all played out. So if you're new to manifestation, don't really know what it is, it's really just feeling like, what do you want in life? Do you want deep love, a lot of money, you know, a house, some kids? Like, what is that thing that you really want? Visualize it, and then feel as if it's already yours. And you look around and it's not yours yet, but what you're doing is putting that intention out into the universe, and you're acting like a magnet to what you want. So a lot of times we'll manifest negative stuff because, you know, negative stuff happens to us, and then we kind of, it snowballs. Like the negative feeds the negative, which feeds the negative. But if you can stop that, start with the positive, and then positive will feed you, and then you feed the positive, and it just becomes this snowball effect of really good things. So during this time of my life, I started October 2020 just in a really rough spot, and by the end of October, I felt like I had really found myself again. So moving on, almost done. In November, this one's called Devotion, and it's all just about serving your deepest love. And who are you devoted to? What are you devoted to? For me, it's rock balancing. I will do this until my last breath. I just seen what this can do when others balance rocks, or even just look at these images, how it shifts your perception of what is possible. And I just really like this idea of devotion. So this was really great. This is a really great moment. And if you look, there's actually 7 rocks which represent the 7 chakras in the body. So it was cool to just do something like that. Last one, but certainly not least. This is one of my absolute favorites. So it's hard to make it better than this, but you know, to evolve from this, but I got it. This one is called Wealth, and it's more of thinking about wealth, not so much as money, but energy, and that everything that you need is available now. You don't need a huge bank account for you to feel satisfied. You don't need 5 kids for you to feel like you have value in the world. You have value right now, even with nothing, even with no one. You are still wealthy. And for me, this is something I really walked through and discovered, and it was just so incredible this time in my life. I started to have just so many online workshops where I was teaching people from all over the world at the same time, hundreds of people at a time, teaching them how to rock balance. And man, I just felt so wealthy. And it was really cool, you know, just going from like the CEO of LinkedIn, actually, it was really cool. Ryan, hope you're doing well, buddy. To, you know, just assistants or even janitors, just everyone in between was affected the same by balancing the rocks. So it only reaffirms what I already knew, but at the end of the year, I just felt super wealthy. So what I decided is, instead of staying in San Diego, it was time for me to really do what I wanted to do and buy a van, build it out so I could start really traveling the West and make time for some truly epic rock balances. So that's what I'm gonna be doing this year. I'm actually here in Boulder just to visit some family for the holiday and just get that van built. But once I get on the road, I'm just gonna be exploring like I have never explored before. So this is the 2021 calendar. If you're seeing this a couple years down the road, I make a calendar every year, so be sure to check out the links in the description to see what I've made. Another thing too is, like, if you want to check out the book or the course, I've poured my soul into it. So I hope that it affects you and you can have the transformation of making peace a daily habit. And for me, who knows really what's in store this year. There's going to be some incredible moments of bliss, some incredible moments of pain, and throughout the whole process, it's just finding peace no matter what happens. So I wish you nothing but abundance and prosperity in this year ahead, and be sure to subscribe, like this video, share with a friend, do what you got to do, and I'm just super grateful. So, peace.